Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Flynn and I am the owner and maker of Flynn Sisters Boutique. And today we are going to be doing a quick and fun tutorial on how to do a rainbow opal tumbler. It's super simple. I think anyone could do this. And we're going to be using my favorite fluorescent spray paints from Montana Cans. This is a great set. I'm going to have it linked up down below in the description box. You guys, these are like the Cadillacs of spray paint. Like, these are so nice. The colors are so vibrant. The coverage is amazing. You're gonna get a lot of work out of that one set. And if you're anything like me, you're tired of dealing with this. Like, I got maybe one use out of this can. Like, it's full. I cannot use it. I don't know where to get these little nozzle things either, and to be honest, I don't really care to. So I will have this set linked up below down in the description box. Also in the description box, check out the link to our new Facebook group, Flynn Sisters Community Group. That's a great place for you guys to share your work from the tutorials you watched on my channel, connect with other members of the Flynn Sisters community. We've been having a lot of fun in there, so check that out. And of course, if you like our channel, if you like what you see so far, hit subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell button so you don't miss a new tutorial. We do upload every Wednesday and Saturday. All right, so that's enough chit chat. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we're starting with a fully prepped and sanded cup that I have spray painted white with white matte spray paint. And I'm just painting like vertical lines of color with my spray paint. You can spray paint your color any way you want. If you want to do horizontal lines or a swirl or blotches, however you want to do it. You do want to make sure that you have solid, vibrant color all the way around the cup. I'm using every color that comes in this set with the exception of the infrared. And you'll just kind of keep spraying on your color in this pattern until you get a blend that you like. Alright, so now after the paint has dried, I'm going to apply about 2 to 3 milliliters of epoxy so I can apply my glitter. You'll notice this is more epoxy than I'll normally use for epoxy method glitter, and that's because for this design we are using pretty much all chunky glitter, and in order for that chunky glitter to really lay flat, we're going to want to use a little more epoxy than usual. Alright, so next we're going to apply our glitter. For this design I'm going to be using Venetian. That's a new chunky opal from Peachy Olive Glitters, and it is beautiful. Anytime you're doing one of these rainbow opal tumblers, you want to really apply the glitter sparingly. I feel like if you've ever noticed how sometimes these look like muddled or you can't really see the color through the glitter that well, I think it's because there's too much glitter on there. So just kind of apply it sparingly. Obviously you still want full coverage, you just don't want it really packed on there. So you'll notice that I'm just kind of really lightly sprinkling it on while still making sure that I have even coverage. Alright, so after we've got the Venetian on there, I'm going to go over it with a very light dusting of Chantilly. This is also a new color from Peachy Olive Glitters, and we're just going to use this to kind of fill in any gaps we might have had from that chunkier glitter. Very, very light dusting on this. You just barely want to touch it, okay? Just a very light dusting. Then I'm going to go in with a piece of parchment paper and push down any pieces of that chunky glitter that might be sticking up. And then I'm going to set this on the rack to dry for at least 2 to 3 hours before moving on to the next step. I am going to coat this with Quick Coat from Counterculture really quickly. Quick Coat is just a water-based urethane sealer, and it's going to help me get a smoother coat of epoxy over this chunkier glitter. Alright, after that's dry, I'm going to go in with my first coat of epoxy. For this 10-ounce cup, I think I only used about like 20 milliliters of epoxy, if that. And I'm going to give this about 4 to 6 hours to dry, and then I'm going to go right in with a second coat right after that. Alright, so after our epoxy has had at least 8 hours to dry, I'm going to go in and clean up the rim of my cup and start sanding so I can put my decal on and go into my final layers of epoxy. I've done this a few times in my videos, so I'm not really going to go too far into detail on the sanding, but basically we're just going to clean up that top rim so we can expose a small thin line of stainless steel around the outside. This is what our final layer of epoxy will adhere to create a seal on the cup, rather than the seal being on the very top rim of the cup. All right, and I'm just alternating between a 60 and an 80 grit sandpaper here. With this chunkier glitter, you are going to have to do a little more sanding than you normally would. If you find that you're really breaking your back on the second layer with sanding, go into a third layer and then do your sanding. That way you're not having to try extra hard, because sometimes it will be quite a bit, and there's no sense in really busting your hump on the sanding with the second layer, because most likely you'll have to do a third and a fourth layer of epoxy anyhow. Alright, and once I've got it smoothed out, I'm going to take it in and clean it up with some dish soap and water and dry it off, and then we'll come back out to apply the decal. Okay, and so now we're going to put our decal on. I am using the beautiful rainbow holographic opal vinyl from Arteza, which I will have linked below in the description box, along with an exclusive discount code for you guys. And we are creating an offset for this image, and I have a tutorial that I did on how to create an offset in Inkscape, which I will link in this video if that's something that you're struggling with. I'll also have a link in the description box on where you can find this same image if you'd like to recreate this look. Alright, and so now we're just going to layer our vinyl. I prefer to just kind of eyeball it. I know that there are definitely some easier ways to probably do this, or some tricks that you could use, but I've just kind of always eyeballed it and hope for the best. Alright, so once I got my decal applied to the cup, we're just going to let the vinyl sit for a little bit of time just to make sure that it has, you know, fully adhered to the cup. And then we'll move on into our final coats of epoxy, and we were done. I love this look. I love the rainbow look and how you just can't tell where one color starts and the next one ends. They all just kind of blend together so beautifully. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you Wednesday. If you love this video, you could check out our last video here. Also be sure to find us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and of course subscribe for all our new videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.